Hello and welcome. I'm Charles Kovess. Welcome to this week's episode of the Charles Kovess Show. Great to have you with us. I am Australasia's passion provocateur, and since 1993 I have been provoking audiences and clients one-on-one and in large groups and in small groups about the value of passion. Provoking people to live a passionate life. This show is all about self-awareness and passion, guided by the formula of SA plus P equals S. Self-awareness and passion will give you success. We're also guided by Socrates' famous quote, "The unexamined life is not worth living." I urge you, I want to provoke you, I want to inspire you to go on this journey of examining your life. I wear this red jacket just in case you haven't noticed. For those of you who are listening on a podcast, you can listen to this podcast, but you can also get a visual experience on our YouTube channel. This red jacket, red is the color of passion. I got this reddest red jacket I could possibly get, and it's amazing how many people remember me for my red jacket, but that's why I wear it, and it's to remind you of living the passionate life, of the value of living the passionate life. Each week on this show, I explore one big idea. One of the challenges in life today is we're bombarded by so many ideas. Through my 50 plus years experience in business and my many years of experience of life, if you get one idea from a show, if you get one idea from a conference, it can change your life. And I will focus each week on one big idea that can change your life. Each week, I'll share with you a song that could inspire you, a book that is worth reading, a joke that might make you laugh, a quote that will make you think, and a health tip that might make you healthier. Although one of the big ideas will certainly incorporate many aspects of health. So, what a week we've had here in the early parts of April 2020. Much of the world is in lockdown. I'm recording this in Melbourne. I live in Melbourne, Australia. Australia, one of the best countries in the world. In fact, I think the best country in the world. My parents came from Hungary. So here we are in lockdown, caused by coronavirus, caused by computer modeling that says we should lock down. I have my own views on it. I think governments have gone way over the top. It's causing all sorts of difficulties. It's causing all sorts of economic difficulties. I reject the idea that this is a choice between the economy and lives. That is a simplistic, nonsensical distinction. And I have a whole bunch of reasons for saying that. I might do a whole show on that. I'll think about that. But more and more in the mainstream media, the question is being raised, is the harm caused to human beings from the lockdown causing much more harm than what the coronavirus is causing? Julie, my wife, and I have been working very effectively. There are so many things going on in life, for online programs, for the coaching that I do online. So it's been quite interesting how there's been no shortage of things to do. We're not sitting here during the week going, oh, what are we going to do now? The other thing I've been doing is exercising every single day. I've been going out for a bike ride. For 35 years I've competed in triathlons, and I haven't been unfit for over 50 years. And that's one of the topics that will be a crucial idea. But here we are talking about health. Well, I manage to find time, even when I'm busy, but all the time, to every day do some exercise. It's a crucial element of my mental health. Now, I have to tell you, this is not a show that is guided by the rules of political correctness. So I'm very anti-political correctness. I'm very much in favor of caring for our fellow human beings, but if anything on this show offends you, or if you require a show to be politically correct, then please turn off now. This is not a place where I strive to be politically correct. I reject political correctness. I also point out that I'm chairman of the Australian Institute of Comedy. I'm also on the board of the Australian Cartoon Museum. And political correctness is killing comedy. Political correctness kills comedy. So I think humour and comedy and laughter are crucial elements of our humanity, and so I reject ridiculous political correctness. So, let's turn to today's big idea, the one big idea. And it is this: every experience in your life contains benefits and drawbacks. If there are 4 benefits of an experience, there will be 4 drawbacks. If there are 4 drawbacks of an experience, there will be 4 benefits. The universe is in exquisite balance. I first learned this idea from Dr. John DeMartini. I recommend that you look at his work as well. He is an excellent educator, a brilliant thinker. I learned this from him, and I have found it to be absolutely true and life-changing. Remember, I'm sharing with you one idea that can change your life if you use the idea. Any of the ideas that I share with you will change your life if you use them. So, what am I talking about here with benefits and drawbacks? Well, in my seminars over the last 27 years, I say to audiences, who would like to win $20 million in Tats Lotto? Almost all the hands go up. Yes, 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 I want to win it. Say, terrific. Anyone says, if I won this money, all my problems would be solved. So I say to them, and I bring my flip chart out, and I do the list. I say, so what would be the drawbacks of winning $20 million? And most people in the audience are shocked. What do you mean drawbacks? So yeah, what would be the negative aspects? What would be the downsides of winning $20 million? So I start thinking, and my list of drawbacks that I've accumulated over the years now numbers 28 specific drawbacks of winning a large sum of money. To give you an example of these drawbacks, you gain more family members. They'll come after you for help. You gain more friends. You find out who your real friends are. You might sell your house, move to another neighbourhood where you don't know anybody, where you're comfortable in this neighbourhood. Your motivation to be getting out there and adding value to the planet is likely to reduce. I could go on and on and on about these drawbacks. Most people never think of these drawbacks. They think winning money is only going to give them benefits. No, it won't. It will give you an equal number of drawbacks. After I go through this listing, I say to the audience, well, do you still want to win Tats Lotto? Yes, good. But don't think that it's going to solve all of your problems. Another example. Having children. Many mothers have told me over the years that having their children was the best thing that ever happened in their lives. What a wonderful thing this is, having children. And then I say to them, are there any benefits to having children? By the way, I have 5 children. And their eyes roll and they go, oh, drawbacks, wow, the drawbacks of having children. I'm not going to bother listing them. There are a vast range of drawbacks of having children and a vast range of benefits. So two of the most wonderful things in life that people talk about, of having children and winning lots of money, or getting married, or going to university. What about the benefits and drawbacks of going to university? I gained an honours degree in law from Melbourne University in 1973 and a master's degree in law from Monash University in 1978. So there are benefits and drawbacks. The benefits of getting a university degree in law, about which I was passionate, which I practiced for 20 years. I can practice a career as a lawyer. I can earn more money as a lawyer than as a rubbish collector. But there are a lot of drawbacks to getting a university degree. And so you start to shift your thinking that there is a way that you can live life without experiencing drawbacks. Let's turn now to the coronavirus. What are the benefits today for you of the coronavirus lockdown? Think about that. I send out a passion point to ponder. There's a regular newsletter that I send out, well, sometimes regular, sometimes irregular, to provoke thinking. And a week and a half ago, I sent it. If you want it, I'll tell you how to get a copy of that. But I listed 34 potential benefits of this coronavirus pandemic and the coronavirus lockdown. One thing, you spend more time with children if you have children. You know, they're not going to school. The quality of relationships that you're having can improve. The depth of those relationships can improve. The traffic in Melbourne has reduced dramatically. It's been magnificent. It's such Melbourne's traffic drives me nuts so often. And having got my first license back in the early 70s, in fact, in 1970, I grew up being able to drive anywhere on the weekend. Now I go, so I have to unlearn this expectation that there's no traffic. So the coronavirus lockdown frees us up to travel. There are less phone calls. There are less people expecting me to get back to them. So there are at least 34 benefits. I then asked my subscribers, what other benefits are there? In the next passion point that I'm sending in the next couple of days, I will add to that list of 34 of the benefits of the coronavirus. So the message for you is that whatever is happening to you that you think is bad, there are benefits on the other side. And if you just focus on what's bad about what you are experiencing, you will feel bad. If you focus on the negative, you will feel negative. If you focus on the positive, you will feel positive. And my promise to you is if you feel positive and you feel good, your ability to add value, to think, to be creative, to be innovative will go up in spades. People don't want to associate with people who are negative, who are downcast, who are low in energy. And so you have to make this decision. What are you going to focus on? Positives or negatives? It doesn't mean you ignore the negatives. It stops you being consumed by the negatives. This way of thinking changes your life. It also means that it doesn't matter what next choice you make in your life, you cannot make a choice where you will avoid drawbacks. If you can't decide whether to get married or not, whether to get married a second time or not, you will have drawbacks whatever you choose. It's just the fact that your choice will give you choice one will give you different drawbacks to choice two. I have found this benefits and drawbacks to be a great tool in making decisions between choices that you might have. A choice between two job offerings. Someone's headhunting you, although that's these days, I wish someone was chasing you to give you a job, but companies are going to need more and more skilled people to handle the whole new world that we're going to enter into when the lockdown cease, because we're not going back to normal. And so when you have to make a decision in your own life between two courses of action, you create a list of the benefits and drawbacks of choice one, benefits and drawbacks of choice two, so that you really clearly are looking at the choices available to you rather than having this illusion that, gosh, if I could just pick the right choice, I could pick a way that would have no drawbacks. Not possible. And I have to have my coffee during this show because one of my great joys of life is enjoying my addiction to caffeine, so that I have 4 or 5 cups a day. I don't go nuts on it, but I love the stuff. So hallelujah to the coffee makers. So benefits and drawbacks. Use it as a tool. wake up to this reality. The universe is in exquisite balance. There's pluses and minuses, the yin and the yang to every experience. It will change your life. Now, this week's song. I'm going to share with you in each show a song that has a powerful, emotional, spiritual impact on me. And today's is the theme from Flashdance. And I love the words in the song. Take your passion, make it happen. Pictures come alive. You can dance right through your life. Have a listen to that. Have a listen to the words. The songs that I'm going to recommend to you, the words will be intelligible. But now with Shazam, the beauty is you can get the lyrics of every song and really dive deep into the words. Songwriters, book writers give us powerful ways to think that the corporate and business won't give us. The book of the week. So I want to suggest for you each week a book that will also help you on your self-awareness and passion quest. Today's book is by Anthony DeMello, D-E-M-E-L-L-O. He was a Jesuit priest from India, so he had both Eastern and Western philosophies. He died at the age of 50. He was renowned throughout the world for being a magnificent teacher about the human condition and a teacher of life. And his book, Awareness. My father gave it to me many years ago. The simple word awareness. I recommend it to you. It is magnificent. One idea from that book that I love sharing is that if somebody says to you, Charles, that jacket looks really good, you look great, and so what you're wearing, hey, you look really good in that outfit, makes us feel good, doesn't it? But if someone says to you, gosh, you look bad, then we feel bad. Now, what sort of way is that to live life? That your feelings can be dictated by what somebody thinks about whether you look good or look bad. And when you raise your awareness of that and say, gosh, why do I feel, why does that make me feel bad or good? You can choose. This is a ridiculous reaction. The joke of the week, well, we're going to be talking about meditation in this show from time to time. And thinking about meditation and different formats of meditation reminded me of the story about the man who walked into the dentist and he said, I would like you to extract a tooth that's bothering me and I don't want any anesthetic. And the dentist said, this is going to be very painful, you know. And the student of meditation said, I want to transcend dental medication. Silly joke, but I love it. Makes me laugh. The quote of the week. This quote very relevant today with our coronavirus challenges. Mark Twain quote. I think it's wonderful. It is easier to fool someone than to convince them that they have been fooled. It is easier to fool someone than to convince someone that they have been fooled. You think about why that would be so. That could be a whole show to explore that one quote in itself. I invite you to think about it. When somebody embraces an idea, then making them show that embracing that idea was a mistake, was not the right thing to do, they will resist that. And today's health tip. My health tip to you is this. Start thinking about what you're going to do differently to become more healthy. This show has a focus on health. I consider health to be my second most important value. We'll be talking about values, but what is the point of having all the money in the world and dying young? What is the point of having all the money in the world and being unhealthy, having emphysema, struggling for breath? I say to my audiences, I'll give you $20 million if you give me your 2 legs and be in a wheelchair. Would you take that choice? I want to provoke you to think about your health. I happen to think there's nothing more important. I don't know many people who are happy with life when they are unhealthy. This show also contains spiritual elements. The human spirit guides my work, guides this show. Passion is a source of unlimited energy from your spirit. I consider that as human beings we have a soul, a spirit or heart. If you want no spirituality, no reference to spirituality, then again, this show is not for you. I believe that when we die, our spirit continues. I do not believe that when we die, that's it. That the only experience of life that we're going to have is this one. I have much evidence that has led me to that belief. I don't care whether you believe it or not, but this show is not for you if talk about spirituality offends you. As you know, this show, the reason why I do this work is because I want to provoke you, to inspire you, to show you the benefits of you examining your life, of raising your awareness of what your life is about, and to start doing that now and to continue to do it for the rest of your life. The raising of your self-awareness will give you enormous bliss, enormous joy as you're facing the drawbacks that you face. Come and visit our 2 websites. The first website is for individual work, charlescoves.com. It's all about self-awareness and passion. It describes the self-awareness and passion quest. I invite you to come on that journey. And for corporates and for public programs, it's coves.com. That's where you subscribe for Passion Points to Ponder. That's where you can look at various speeches that I can help your teams have. We can deliver those speeches online during this lockdown. Workshops that I can run on a weekly basis. So charlescoves.com for the self-awareness and passion quest, and coves.com. Thank you for being with us. I hope you enjoy the show. I deliberately make this less than 30 minutes so you can get this one big idea, get some ideas that you can employ in your life, some books, and I look forward to being with you in next week's episode. Thanks for being here. Have a great week.